Hi, my name is Chrissy. I'm a video production agency owner in the DMV. I'm also a wife, a mom of 3 children, homeschooling mom of 3 children. I serve in my church and lead praise and worship a couple times a month, and I have a very full plate. After my 3rd child, and even before, I was in desperate need of help. And being a firstborn, I guess I could say, right? Being a firstborn, I think I have a little bit of an issue with asking for help. Even now, it's still something I have to do very intentionally. And my husband was begging me to get help because we needed it. Again, I had a business that I was running, a full-time multi-6-figure agency that was just requiring a lot of me. Now 3 children who I was now homeschooling, and I have a whole husband who needs his wife. It was just a lot to attempt to balance, and at some point there really wasn't a balance. It was just somewhat continued chaos and juggling. So I prayed and I talked to friends who I've trusted, and through that conversation and through prayer, it was answered through Anaya Stanley in a way that I was not expecting, in a way that was so curated and intentional for what I needed, for what my family needed. And so Anaya came into our family. She came into our home and she turned that thing around. Anything from creating opportunities for my husband and I to have intentional date nights, which we had been trying to schedule, oh my God, since before kids even, right? To have an intentional schedule. Scheduled time for me to do things for my business. Scheduled time for just me to have a moment to just breathe and be and not have to be for anyone else. Not only that, she came, she organized my home, she cleaned my home. And it's not just cleaning, because we've had people come and clean and service our home in that way. But when we would come back home, you could tell that that woman loves Jesus. And that while she was scrubbing whatever tiles or folding whatever clothes, whatever she was doing, that while she was doing it, the Holy Spirit was there with her. And so not only did my family get to come home to a clean and organized space, but we got to come home to peace and a reignited presence of the Holy Spirit there. It's just something I can't explain. You know, with all that, of course life happens, right? It's just inevitable. And the more you keep living, the more life is going to life. And in the midst of Anaya graciously being, I'd say, a part of our family, my father-in-law was in the process of transitioning during that time, and he was in another state. And so that required a lot from us as a family, traveling to him in another state, making sure he was well and okay and being taken care of. And then when we figured out that it was kind of his last days, just making sure he was comfortable, it was a lot for our family. And it did take us off of our routine, and it just came with a lot of stressors. But because of the work and the care that had been taken to our home by Anaya and by her company during the time prior to that, what was hard was not as hard. Anaya lifted quite a bit of that burden off, even to the point where the day of his funeral, his homegoing, she made sure my kids were well and taken care of and dressed and ready, while my husband was working with his siblings to get everything. I mean, you're talking about a day, an emotional full day, and she was just there. Life doesn't stop. And this is not to be cross, but people aren't concerned about what's going on in your life. Life goes on. And in the midst of our family dealing with that loss and everything else that came with that, it was so comforting to know that I had somebody that I could trust with my children, with my home. And so I just thank God. So do yourself a favor. Put your pride aside. This woman loves Jesus. She loves children. And her business embodies all of that. She takes care in everything she does. And as she talks about all the time, the Proverbs 31 woman was a woman who did everything herself. She had help, and we all need trusted, reliable help. Become 31 gives you that. And so, Become 31.